Welcome to the show. Episode 1. Preparation. Today, we're going to be making some Bahama berry melon soap. And now I'm choosing the colors, and I see that this lid wasn't closed properly, and there was some mica powder on the bottle. And it's a love-hate relationship with mica powder. It gets everywhere. You know, sometimes there's random glitter on my shirt, on my hands. It doesn't match my fit for the day. So here, I'm cleaning the bottle, just making sure everything's just nice and tidy. But I still haven't chosen the color. I'm thinking this is the orange I want to use, but you know, got a little analysis paralysis here. Now the best way I found inspiration for choosing the color for the soap is I take a good whiff of the fragrance oil and I think about what colors come to my mind. That's basically what I choose. I do that hand thing. It's like, all right, I'm getting ready. Okay. What colors, man? I want to do this orange. And I don't want to. Because berries aren't orange. You know? I'm going for that berry smell. And, you know, I'm guessing there's some orange berries out there. Maybe this purple will do. I think some berries are green. But green and orange, when they mix with the soap, I think like it's gonna turn brown or something. Oh man, these are not the right colors. These are not the right colors. Blue. Okay. Blue and orange though. Yellow. That's bright. Here I'm thinking I could do a swirl. I'm not gonna do a swirl. We're gonna try to keep it simple. Oh no, I have the bamboo sticks out. Okay, so didn't have a coat hanger, so I found this sushi rolling mat that I never used in my cupboard. And I was like, all right, let me rip out 3 sticks, tape it together until I get a coat hanger. I got to order it off Amazon, but we'll get to that. Red and blue? Nah, man, I think the yellow and blue. I think that's what I settled on. The purple, yeah. Match made in heaven. Purple and yellow. Here I am cleaning it again. I can't, the mica powder just gets everywhere. And it's dusty when you open it, like when you open the cap, like this like cloud, this like mushroom cloud of dust comes up. And I have to try not to breathe it in. Otherwise, you know, when the doctor checks out my lungs one day, like, it's like multicolored. Okay. Oh yeah, it's like nighttime right now. Everyone's asleep. It's a good time for me to focus. Not bothered by anybody or anyone. This post-it, gotta go with the paper. I'm still kind of getting the whole mise en place thing. It's like prepare, keep things in their stations or locations. Those cups are for kind of separating out the colors. Here I am. I'm super careful with the mica powder. You saw that mushroom cloud right there? Man. Maybe I opened it up too quickly. And then like the air pressure comes in. It can floose it up there, you know? I'm not OCD. I'm just clean. Or try to be. Or maybe it's the same thing, who knows? Should be good. Gotta do the glove check. Look at all that glitter that could have been on my hands. Here I am, I'm gonna try to, you know what? Let me get some new gloves, that's what I'm gonna say. I think. Yeah, there we go. Come on. That's why we bought that big box of gloves, man. I don't know about you. I love having all these gloves. They're so useful. Okay. Where's the recipe? Probably gotta get a bigger size. I'm like struggling to put them on. Good old duck's top. Alright, I think it's time to start measuring out the oils. Now that screen on that scale, it's blurry. You know why it's blurry? Because a fat old drop of lye water went on the screen and I didn't notice it for, I don't know, an hour. And within that time, the lye ate away at the screen. And that freaked me out. And I cleaned it up. I was like, I gotta be more careful with this lye. Now, if memory serves me, I'm gonna do 273 grams here. I got the recipe, but I always look at the paper. Come on, 273. Oh, 283, I think. Yeah, 283. Or 293. Oh yeah, 296. So, in the soap recipe, there's always like, a decimal value, but my recipes are always 5% superfat, and I don't care if it's a little bit more. What I do care if it's less, because you always want to make sure during the emulsion and during the curing that all the lye gets used up. Because if it doesn't, your skin gonna just fall off. We don't want that. I don't want that. I've been making soap for about 2 years now as a hobby. And that was my main, scare in the beginning. I was like, oh my god, what if all the lye doesn't? But as long as you're super fatting, you should be good. So right now the temperature is at 180. And I'm doing this on purpose. I know it's a little too high, but in my previous experience, when I do it too low, because the lye water is so cold that it does not gel properly. And I always want my soaps to gel. The colors pop out more, there's no, gel ring. Good old palm oil. Hey, look, this is certified, like, sustainable and all that. So I really hope some farmer out there is benefiting. Yeah, this bottle's heavy.
249.
But that just means I gotta get stronger.
249.
I think the grammage was like 248 point something. I got 249, good to go. Always be cleaning. A, B, C. It's the little things that add up. Deal with those little frustrations now, doesn't end up a big one later.
Shit, 250 grams.
Let's write it down.
Just throw that in there.
Track it all. Palm oil's a little too thick. I'm trying to get it to melt. Okay, we're not trying to cook chicken in this, but 280 is pretty high. But, it gets it up to temperature pretty quickly. I'm gonna lower it later. So, in my later cooks, I realized that I don't gotta be this crazy over getting all the oil out of the jug, because it's the same oils I'm gonna be mixing the soap in or pouring the different colors in, so as long as I press tear, I'm good to go.
There.
I like to keep track of the exact amount of oil that I use compared to the recipe I printed out, because on the recipe it's like straight to the decimal point, but this scale only shows the grams, and I always tend to round up to the nearest gram. I don't round down.
Yeah, we're going premium. 197.
Extra virgin olive oil. I really gotta do a cost calculation after this. I've been putting it off. It's like I gotta do the Excel sheet. I gotta list out everything, the cost, but I know I'm gonna enjoy it. I love using Excel, but it's on the list. Right now, I'm preparing all these bars for a little market where I'm gonna be setting up a table. So
197, baby.
right now, it's just produce the bars.
Yeah.
That's the phase I'm in right now, just the production phase. And this is why I love having to use these soap bars. And I'm not going back to the store-bought stuff. I grew up on those, and one day I just started taking a look at the ingredients, and I'm like, what is all this stuff? I don't know. But if I was some corporate dude with a suit on,
Almost done.
I'll probably be in some boardroom thinking, you know, how do we make the profits go up? Let's cut a corner here, let's cut a corner there, and next thing you know, it's a shadow of its former self kind of thing. But you're not gonna get that with my bar soap. Every time I'm in the shower, it's amazing. I love it when I see the lather, and it's the best. And I want that for you. I want you to experience an actually good bar soap with nothing extra needed to be added to it. No weird chemical name. Who needs that? But if you're trying to save a buck, I can see why you go to the store-bought stuff. I've done it. But now I'm here and I'm making my own soap. I mean, it's a different world. It's a different life. Can't go back to that. It's sort of like you, you know, you go get some store-bought coffee beans. Not coffee, just like pre-ground, yada yada. And then one day, you go to the roaster. You get some fresh roasted beans, grind it up, and you make some heavenly coffee. And then you go back to drinking the store-bought stuff. It's just like, what is even that? It's the same way I feel about soap. That sigh. It's just like, center yourself. It's just like, ah. Castor oil time. Castor oil's real good for that lather. Makes a nice lather. But you can't use too much of it. Gotta use a little bit. I think I did about 10% castor oil. Again, I have the recipe in the other room, but I'm over here on my computer editing, so I don't want to get up right now. We're here. Dude, the drop. Look at that. I'm just like, maybe I should get a dropper. Where's the napkin? There's the napkin.
Good.
Yeah, it was like 98.6 grams, and 99's good to go.
Good. Golly gosh.
I said good golly gosh here because the castor oil always gets to me. It's like
Got it all.
weirdly viscous. Like olive oil is like not as viscous, and castor oil out of nowhere is like twice the viscosity. Another sigh. Gotta clean. I always sigh when I clean. It's just like, that little drop there. I gotta I have to address it. Yeah, the meat thermometer. It is precarious. I know that this thing has fallen out of that pot so many times. And sometimes it just stays there and it just it's like so perfectly balanced on the pot that I don't know, it just falls out sometimes. I think it's gonna fall out here, but we'll see. Kind of wanted to feng shui the place a little bit. Keep the heater separate for now.
Now, I need to use some avocado oil.
I didn't want to use the avocado oil here. I know it's used for mixing colorants. It's a light oil. I don't know. Best practices says mix it with the light oil. I'm just gonna use the oil in the pot. I've done it before with avocado oil and it's just an extra step. Maybe I should. I'll probably do it in a future cook. But I haven't found too much of a problem. You know what time it is. Safety glasses are going on. Got the face mask going on. It's lie time. Like the view? I did it on purpose. I want you to be there with me under the mask, you know? Now you're wondering, what's the quality of that ice? It ain't tap water. I'll tell you that. I got my water filter in the other room. And it's a zero water. Comes with the little, the ppm measuring tool. And I love seeing, it's like 000, 000. Nothing in it but pure water. And then when the water turns to ice, it's like pretty clear. I know if I was a top level soap maker, I'd be using distilled water, but zero water's pretty close. Pretty close. I'm happy with it. I always, when I have this notebook, the right side is where I'm writing down like the exact measurements, anything extra I need to add, colorants I used. But on the left side are like notes. It's like, okay, like just remember for the next cook, do this, or don't do that. And I'm gonna be filling up the left side at the end of the cook. Oh boy, lie time. So what I have with me is a 50-50 lye water solution in a container. And that lid on that container, I tell you, takes so much effort to open. But here I'm measuring out, I think it's going to be exactly 8 cubes. It's going to get me to the amount I need. Okay, I added a little tap water. Oh my God. I added like 10 milliliters of tap water.
Let's just go with
I was too lazy to go to the other room.
done. This is done. I can't tell. Okay, there it is.
But in the future cooks, I do use zero water. This cook was kind of breaking in all the behaviors.
Yeah, we can add solution.
Ooh, man, I'm feeling anxious already. Doing a glove check. Probably gonna switch out the gloves here. Ah, gloves are clean then. On goes the extra protection. Lie safety. You can never go wrong with being too safe. Got the long sleeve sweatshirt. Got the over the wrist gloves. Got these at the supermarket. These are heavy duty things. The last thing you want is a drop on your skin. Okay? So always be prepared. And always do your glove checks.
72.3.
Here I'm like, all right, what if the thing slips off? I'm gonna keep it on the solid table. Come on. There you go. See here, the dried liquid lye is on the entrance. And this is it happens all the time. Anytime you do a pour, and this is what I talk about when I say preparation. It's, see here, I'm like, what if the flakes kind of came out? It's like, I should have cleaned it before in the previous cook, but I didn't. And even if I did, there's still going to be some left, and it's just a necessary evil. Glove check. Here we go. We're doing it once and we're doing it right. Teared. Come on. What I like about this container is I can get the little drops out. And it's a love-hate relationship with this lye container. Like, part of me, I want to just measure out the powder, add in the ice. Sorry, what am I saying? Don't ever do that. Don't ever put the water into your lye. Okay, put the lye into your water. What I meant to say was, I want to have my lye powder measured out beforehand. Currently, the lye that I'm using, it's like really tiny granules, and even a little bit of static electricity kind of causes the granules to cling. Which is why, for the time being, while I go through my current supply of lye powder, I'm just going to do it through pre-prepared 50-50 solution. For the future, though, I am thinking I want to get like nice large granulated lye, maybe flake lye. That way I don't have to, have a little workout here opening up the daggone lye container. And it's better to be over careful than under careful when it comes to making lye. Here I'm wiping. I'm like 99% sure there's no lye there. And I'm not willing to take that 1% risk. When it comes to extremely caustic chemicals, I'm very risk averse. Give it a good wipe. Future me will thank me. Again, there probably isn't any lye there. But the extra seconds of being over careful, it's for my peace of mind, really.
Okay.
Now, proper practice would say keep it in a safe, keep all the lye in like a locked kind of cupboard area, and the cupboard to the right of it, I'm cleaning out, and I need to buy a lock and a latch so that no one can get into that cupboard. Well, that's for the future. You see this mixing technique here? It's just you don't rush this mix. You don't want it to splash. Keep it in the kit, keep it in the sink. And even with all this care, sometimes, I don't know how water physics happens, but there's always like a drop on my glove. So I like to keep it in the sink. Gently. So now, okay, glove check. And you know what? I'm not taking no chances. We're gonna give it a good rinse. I'm careful here. Tap water isn't gonna splash into the jug, and I make sure. Usually the water droplets hit the side of the jug, and they're really tiny water droplets. What was I saying before? Before the glove check? Oh, right. So I left the ice cubes. I just gave it a good mix, and I'm leaving it there because what I noticed with the 50-50 lye solution is that when I add in the extra ice, there's still some, I guess, some little bits of lye that will react with the water, with the new water added in. And that causes it causes it to heat up. So by the end, if I wait a couple of minutes, the ice cubes will melt, and hey, look, paranoia sometimes is helpful. Look at that. Nothing there. What? Better be over safe than under. That screen, that blurry part of the screen, is always a constant reminder that you gotta clean up any kind of lye lying around. Okay, fragrance oil time. So these fragrance oils, I love it, and also it's just like kind of frustrating at times because over the years, like I was like, oh my god, like I would just add in the fragrance oil, just willy-nilly, and it would seize up my soap, and that would be so annoying. Like, it was, oh, the horrors. I remember being just so sad. I'm like, oh man, I did all this work, and the fragrance oil is the culprit. So after some research, dilute the fragrance oil with some oil. I don't know, it works for me. So these fragrance oils, they have a maximum usage rate, MUR, and you can find it on each of the fragrance oil safety data sheet, the SDS. This one is common with other fragrance oils. It's like 5%. Now, because I'm adding extra water and extra extra oils, I'm adding a little bit more fragrance oil, so it's going to be around 6%. I know what you're going to say. Hey, that's 1% over the usage. I haven't found any irritation, any kind of thing. But what I did notice was when I did use an MUR of, when I did use around 3%, I was being over conservative with the fragrance, and the soap bars did not smell well. And I needed to smell well. So this time, I went a little over. I went 6%. And the percentage is of the total oil weight. Okay, because the water is gonna, any excess water is gonna evaporate. That's what happens when you cure the soap. Soap bar gets harder, the water leaves the soap. I don't know what drop that was, but I'm gonna assume it's lye. I like to treat lye like it's sort of like gun safety, you know, like you ever seen those gun safety videos where they're like, even if the gun is like there's no clip in it, there's no round in it, you're gonna treat it as it is loaded. And I'm gonna treat every drop around the kitchen as a drop of lye. I got my safety socks on too, by the way. I think it helps. Ideally, I would have like some really thick socks on. But it's getting warmer, so I'm using like a thinner sock. The ice cubes still haven't melted yet. I'm gonna give it a good stir. So I'm still keeping these gloves on because once the lye is out, these gloves are on. I don't care if it's a little uncomfortable, and I don't care if I have two gloves. I got one glove below the other. But actually, it is super helpful to have the gloves like that, because when you're wearing gloves for this long, it gets real slimy and real sweaty in there. Like my previous cooks had to like really clean out these kitchen gloves. But with the two glove system going on here, the problem doesn't really bother me. But the blue gloves I had on, they're gonna get pretty sweaty in there, so I'm gonna switch those out after the lye gets mixed. You know, I don't use the other spoons, man. Just keep it off the hook. I like having things in their places, I guess. But I should. I just use this one. I need a bigger ladle, honestly. I'm using this like a ladle and I don't have one lying around. I had to go downstairs and get it. But, Okay, so this oil is being separated for the colorants. We got one big cup filled with the fragrance oil and the soap oil mixture, 2 for the colorants, and we are good to go. Give it a wipe. That's why I sighed. Where's the napkin? Oh. No, I just put it on a piece of paper. I clean it later. Look, these cups are made out of glass. Last thing I want is oil on the outside, and maybe I'm holding it too hard and it slips out and it's on the floor and I gotta clean something again. mica time. Collect yourself, check your gloves. See here, I'm thinking, should I take it off? No, we're gonna keep it on.
Leave it on. Lies out. We don't trust.
Don't trust the lie.
Lies out. Zero trust.
I learned from the first mica jar. Give it a tap. Go slow. Ah, the dang lid's there. All that effort. What was the point of all that effort? Damage control, damage control. There's mica on my glove. I'm following the general guidelines for coloring the soap. I think it's like 1 tablespoon per pound of oils, and the total weight of my soap is, I think, 1,800 grams, roughly 2 pounds. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons. But here, this cook, I'm using a half tablespoon measuring spoon, but for the future ones, I'll be using 1 tablespoon. So this bar is gonna be lighter than I want it to be, but hindsight's always 20/20. No mushroom cloud this time. Big heaping spoon. Okay, that's definitely nearing the 1 tablespoon. We're good. I tell you, if a plumber checked my pipes, he's gonna wonder why it's so colorful. Okay. Again, I'm cleaning the powder jars. Future me will thank me. But mica's always like that. It's just, it gets everywhere. And we're almost ready for the fun part, mixing it all together.
Alright.
There we go. Get everything ready. Oh, so the bamboo stick, I want to get like, there's like these tiny little spatulas on Amazon. So I'm definitely thinking of getting that. That's for the future. But right now, this little stick will do. The colors are really popping here. And here I was thinking, my soap is going to be this shimmering purple. It's going to be so beautiful. But reality is, strike that thought. I'm singing. See, all that mica would have ended up on my glove if I lifted that cup up.
Okay, there's a bed.
In the future cooks, I'm just gonna put the powder into the
Let's go make some sound.
jugs themselves rather than have a separate cup for it. I was just over mise en placing. Oh boy, we're getting ready. We are getting ready. This is the fun part. Lye is ready. Gotta give that steak blender a good pulse.
Alright, we're cleared.
We are cleared. Cleared for takeoff. Okay, fair warning if you're still watching. I'm gonna start throwing in some music right here. This is the fun part. This is what I set up everything for. All this preparation is time to make the soap. Bottom part's gonna be purple, top part's gonna be yellow. Alright, so the song of choice I got going on is Stay With Me. It's a Japanese song, but the lady singing it, she's an angel. Oh my god. It's wonderful. I think it fits well with the cooking process here. Alright, lady. It's your time to shine. Take it away. Da-da, da-da, da-da-da. Where's the music? There it is.
Fuck. Alright.
There we go. And we're back. Boy, that was... Oof, what a flurry of activity there. Now, that was about, let's say, a little over 2 minutes. But definitely it was a little stressful. I'm like reliving the stress. But I tell you, that fragrance oil, even with the dilution of oil, it just causes it to seize. Not seize, but it starts getting too thick too quickly. Like nearing the end of the pour, like the yellow soap was getting a little more chunky for my liking, for my comfort. So definitely I was moving real fast. So this has a dual purpose of cleaning the jug. I'm just trying to keep the lines crisp. So this problem that I'm trying to solve here is how can I make it nice so I can get the design in. But honestly, if I just poured it a little faster, or if I diluted the fragrance oil just a little more, or even if I let the mixture reach emulsion before and not let it thicken too much. Like get to emulsion, then just start mixing and then just start pouring. Because I think one of the mistakes I made was I used the stick blender a little too much. And that caused the soap to harden more than I needed it to here. So I was rushed for time here because it was already getting too thick and I couldn't really get the design I wanted in there. But here I'm just kind of doing a little kind of pastry fluff at the top. And I liked the purple, but I love it. I'm just looking at it, like that little extra dollop of purple at the top. I just loved it. So all of this little bit of soap, like when it dries, it just flakes off the silicone mold. So definitely I'm just trying to clean it up as much as possible. Give the all clear. Another cook done. A little sigh of relief. And now we put it in the the real ghetto oven process box. I used a cardboard box. I got this blanket warmer in there. And I got a towel over the top for thermal protection. And these clubs, oof. My my fingers are oily here, so it's just like slipping off. And the what type of nitrile glove? It's like sticking to the other glove. But right now, on the gloves is lye, because it just started. It's gonna cure over the next 24 hours. Like all the lye is gonna react with the oils and saponify. So as of right now, everything I touch has lye on it. No, you look at you. I just said everything I touch has lye on it, and now that towel, whatever. It's okay. My nerves were just like, I keep thinking about like the dang fragrance oil right now. Always clean everything. I think I'm going to change gloves here. Heat setting I set to is either 5 or 6. I realized after this cook that 6 was a little too high. I think I set it to 5. But I really want my soap to gel. Like, I'd rather err on the side of it being a little hotter than I need it to be, rather than it being too cold. And I just, like, when the soap cures, there's going to be like a little circle when you cut it. And that's usually because it only partially gelled. And to me, and I understand, it does not affect the quality of the soap, but I personally think like it's a visual thing, right? It wasn't part of the design of the soap, but it's there, and I can easily fix it if I just threw it in this little cardboard box. I'm gonna fold up this nice towel. I should have changed my gloves. It's okay. Over 24 hours, the saponification process will happen everywhere, and there's just going to be little bits of soap. There we go. Look at how sweaty those gloves are. Hey, look, I break a sweat when I'm mixing soap, especially that part where I was just like frantically mixing the colors.
Sheesh.
Looking at the mess.
Clean up a little bit, huh?
Just let it be. Another tip about soap cleaning is just let it be. Give it 24 hours. All that stuff's going to turn into soap. It's super easy. You just throw it. For me, I throw it in the dishwasher, call it a day. 2 hours later, everything's sparkling clean and we're good to go. And here, I'm writing a bunch of stuff. I remember writing, I mean, I can go get the notebook right now, but Look, I'm in video editing mode right now, and I don't want to get up to do anything else. So here we are. I'm definitely writing that I have to put the, what do you call it? The hard oils first. Like the coconut oil, the palm oil, put those in first. I don't know, I can't even read it. This screen is so small here. Oh, this is what I do. Yep, definitely kind of just reliving the cook. Remembering everything. And this is a really good practice. Like if you're starting off as a hobby, definitely this will get you to better quality soap if you immediately write down any kind of feedback. Okay, soap's in the heater. That sigh is, now it's time to clean everything. I don't want to be doing this in the morning. Still got to be careful here. This is still unsaponified. So here I'm going to give my gloves a good wipe. Oh, or the scale. Didn't I already wipe this thing? Well, never can be too sure. Put it away. Put away whatever you can. Clean as you go. A, B, C. Always be cleaning. So I don't have to, but could have just thrown these in the dishwasher after. But, you know, I'm not going to stop myself from wanting to have things clean. Here it's just, you know, if it's tomorrow, I just don't want the mica to be everywhere. You know, I should really rewatch this video and see how many paper towels I used and factor that into my cost calculations. But I hope you get to see exactly how much effort it takes to make that bar of soap the next time you go to your farmer's market or anywhere you see like a small time soap maker. This is what they're going through, or some variation of it. You know, they're I'm a little overboard on the cleaning, but I watch a lot of YouTubers, soap makers, and you know, took a little bit here, took a little bit there, made my own kind of flow for making soap. Speaking of flow, honestly, when I cook, I don't notice time go by. It's just like this video is what, 2 hours long now? But like when I'm making it, it feels like 5 minutes, honestly. You know what they say, if you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life or something like that. Well, all of this is work. All of this is work, but when you're in that flow state, it just, time just whizzes by. Again, I don't have to give this a wipe, but actually, it's useful to clean the blades on the inside, because in the dishwasher, if you don't, it won't fully dissolve. So I give the inside a good wipe here. There's a behavioral trend here. If you haven't noticed, I like to put things like a spoon or a whatever, you know, like on top, balance it precarious. Just put it in the damn jug. Here I'm just like, you know, I'm just gonna throw this bamboo stick thing out. I gotta get me a coat hanger. I thought I did a good job swirling, but honestly, the soap batter was a little too thick, so it did not swirl right. You'll see that in the final cut when I cut the soap. Yeah, here we are. We just keep wiping things down. This is what we do. Oof. Yeah, this is the lie. I'm being super careful here. Just switch out the gloves, man. Or rinse it. Why not? Yeah, I'm gonna rinse out. So before, so before, as I was treating the soap making as a hobby, this part, I would just leave the lye jug in the sink for days. And I would always look at it like, oh, I'll clean it later. But the inherent fear of the lye getting everywhere really messed with my head. So now, clean the jug right there and then. While the lye is still wet, get it out of the jug, give it a good rinse, or a couple. Alright, so this way, it's just so much safer to handle when you're taking it all to the dishwasher. Here I'm also hitting the sink area as well, just in case there's any water droplets anywhere. I love these stacking jugs. Yeah, it doesn't, the damn, like, faucet thing, whatever makes it click to the top is, like, broken or something, but it doesn't bother me too much. I don't remember if I washed my hands with these gloves on, but I'm gonna give it a good wipe. Get the oils off. I should have worn gloves here. But, I've been standing around for 2 hours. Guess I'm a little tired, a little fatigued. Let the mare dry on the rack. Oh man, why did I use the same napkin there? Well, I did fold it once. Knowing me, I'd probably use a nice fresh side of the napkin. ABC. Always be cleaning. Because the next time you cook, you want to have everything in its place. It just makes the cooking 1,000% easier. The last thing you want is a dirty kitchen. And you want to cook something. For me, I've set up this place so that, the next batch of soap that I want to make, I just want to make sure everything's just good to go. And while I'm in the mode to work, I'm going to just get everything done right then and there. I actually picked up this kind of mindset from this coffee shop that I was going to like a year and a half ago, where they would always just clean everything right then and there. And I thought that was pretty neat, so I adopted it. I gotta match the colors. Into the trash. See, like the habit of checking your hands. Super helpful. Just I don't have gloves on. And I guess I just noticed I don't have gloves on, and I'm just, let's just go and clean everything up again. Get under the nails. I heard the story where one lady was making soap and like a little granule of lye got under her nail and it burned her finger for like weeks. And I don't want that. I don't want that. What am I even checking here? Oh yeah, I'm checking my nails. Okay, well, I guess I'll do a quick transition here, unless you want to see me clean. I'll drop a comment if you want to. I'll just leave it uncut. Yeah, just gonna clean everything up for the night, and then I'm gonna clip to the cut. And we're back. So, bar's a little harder than I want it to be, but it comes out of the mold pretty easily. The secret is to just turn it upside down and let gravity do its work. Easy peasy.
Ooh. Oh, that smells strong.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
But the scent will fade just a little bit as you cut it and let it cure.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I'm super hyped here.
Hallelujah.
It's my first hanger swirl, so I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty bad hanger swirl considering how much it started to just saponify when I was making it. So definitely it's not the best. There's some tendrils here and there, but I'm super happy with it.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Now that's a pretty bar.
It is. It is a pretty bar. Huh? Thank you, Miss Soap and Clay. She does this thing on her soaps with her finger. Gives it a quick little bevel. Makes it look a little better.
One. And two.
Well, I'm definitely going to speed this up just a little bit. It's coming up soon, but I want you to see just, I love giving each bar its attention. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. It's coming up soon.
Ain't these the prettiest bars I've ever seen?
Yes, they are, buddy. Yes, they are. All right, I'm going to fast forward it real soon. Come on. Fast forward magic.
Lord,
Activate.
ain't you pretty?
I said activate.
Ain't you pretty? You look good. You look good. You take a shower now. You look good.
Yeah, I talked to my soap.
You look good. Oh, shit. Not that first time.
I'm counting them. I messed up on the inch thing, so it's slightly larger than an inch, so I only get 9 bars out of this. But I'm happy with it. This one is going to be for me in the shower. And we're done. Look at that. Only forever more to go. Well, I hope you like this. I hope you like this episode. More to come. Gonna end it here. If you actually watched this entire video of 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 24 minutes, hats off to you. Happy for you. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, do whatever. You know, I can't control you. Yeah. Let's get some outro music in here.
cloudy